Okay, so what I liked was we showed up to the tournament. We were a participant. We all got to experience something most of us haven't experienced in our lifetime. That being said, I feel a couple ways about this tournament. First off, I feel embarrassed. Because again, Herdman, the way he approached the Croatia game, I'm looking at this in an international perspective. And I just don't like how we approached that game. You have to know the context of where you are. You have to know the cameras are always watching you. I just feel embarrassed what the Croatian press did to our coach. Remember that picture I showed you? The Croatian press had our coach, go look it up, on the news. It's embarrassing, and I'm not happy about that. And then I'm kind of disappointed in the fact that we can only score 1 goal while our opponents score 8 goals. 7 against us and 1 in their own net, of course. I just feel like as a country, if we would have had our tactics a little bit better, if we had the best players on the pitch more percentage of the time, we should have better results than this. That being said, we're a very young squad. I do believe in our young players. I do think in 2026, we'll be a force to be reckoned with. My only question is the coach, not to be mean or anything. I've been watching the progression of Canada for the last 3 years. At the beginning, people forget they struggled against Haiti and stuff in the Gold Cup, right? We're lucky that our best players are where they are. But I want to shout out their community coaches, their community clubs. For example, Lauren came through Brampton. We had David that came through Brampton. We had a couple more players that came through the community clubs. And they need more shout out because these players went from there to the professional leagues in Europe, the highest leagues. The problem with our squad is we're not deep enough. So after our top 5 or 6 players, there's a big drop off. Why are we taking off our best players in the second game? Without that second game, we didn't have a chance to move on. Our best players should have played the entire second game and we go for the win or the draw, because to not go with anything made this third game useless. And then we play our better players in the third game. No offense to Asiba, but he got his 100th cap for Canada. That's great. But let's play the guys we're going to play in the next World Cup in the third game.
Tight bounce, though. Not to cut you off. That was a tight bounce. I felt like I was watching a Leaf game. The header, it Trezeguet's bar out. Hey, sorry, that was great for early 2006 reference. But bar down, half in. Felt bad for Timo Hutchinson there. Then I think Alistair Johnson, he came in flying just over the net. That's tight. I felt bad for Canada there. Things could have gone differently in these 3 games, but at the same time, I agree with you. They are, the more I'm getting, he's educating me on the soccer game in Canada. They are outclassed. They have a long way to go.
We never had a chance in these 3 games. Every game, some of our media would tell us and trick us into thinking we had a chance. These 3 teams have played at the highest levels for years and years. Count the amount of caps between our teams. We're young. It's okay that we're young. Let's not go disrespecting Morocco and stuff. Before here, everyone said Morocco was the easiest game. The easiest game. But who won the group? We're very naive in this country. The 2 European teams, they allowed us to think we were winning in the first 30 minutes just to take us out through minutes 30 through 90. Picture a soccer match. 3 30-minute intervals. If you're boxing, you go too hard at the beginning against an experienced fighter, they'll take you out over time. Soccer, 0 to 30, against the European squads, we did great. But guess what? We lost all our energy after that. Between 30 and 90, the other 2 teams outclassed us unimaginably. And whose fault is that? Have your own guess on it. I'm just saying I think we could have had better tactics. I think we could have played our better players in more crucial moments. And I think our naivety and our inexperience cost us. And I'm unhappy with losing 3 games, scoring 1, allowing all these goals. I think we could have had a more closer gap between our statistics. All right, I think we could have pulled off 1 draw, but it's fine. Guess what? 2026, we're going to turn up, GF. That's it.
Well, it's about now, I guess it's about actually winning a game or, mind you, even getting a tie. They haven't gotten a tie yet. So try to get the tie, try to get a win, try to get an easier draw, try to win the group. But a lot can change in 4 years. Hey, like I said, SFW brings a real... that's SF Dub, man. He's giving you a side that you're not going to get on Sportsnet or TSN or whatever. And that's fine. They have their side, but, he's, it's not as rainbow and sunshine as people think.
These guys said that Herdman was right 99% of the time. Yeah, if you watch the last 4 years, what a lie. What a lie, this guy 99%. Here's how you're going to judge our team. Gold Cup, and I heard the Canadians will be invited to the South American Cup as well. Then we'll see. If there's no results in these 2 tournaments, the coach has to be different by 2026. That's my final note on Canada. He has 2 tournaments. If we don't show any improvement against the higher level opponents, World Cup, you can't be here. I'm sorry. We need a coach who's ready tactically. Thank you, Herdman, for what you did for the women's team and the men's program up until now. Now we're planning for the future. It's time to win.
Christine Sinclair, thank you. Hey, it was experience. My boys that were with me there. That's wherever you were, we experienced That first game, and then that wherever Davies when he scored the header.
I'll never forget
You
that.
got to remember those moments.
We
Try
were
to
with-
finish on a positive, but they do have a long way to go. Go Canada.
Shout out Helen.